Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Hold up.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play.
Music licensing reimagined.
Play, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't. Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Sun up the sun up from Monday to Sunday. We maxing our limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation. I'm finessing a visit.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my last look for UFC 322. We have Islam Makhachev going against Della Maddalena, and I can't wait for this card, man. One of the best, if not the best cards of the year on paper. Hoping it delivers. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this card from top to bottom. Pretty much every single fight. I guess the fight I'm looking forward to the least might be the Nickal Vieira fight, which is funny because that is actually the featured prelim. But outside of that, you know, lots of bangers, lots of fun and exciting fights. I think we're going to get some violence. And I think the matchmaking on this card is great. I mean, I like a lot of the matchups. We got a lot of competitively lined fights, a lot of fights that could really go either way, a lot of fights where I think the winner is going to, in hindsight, look like a big favorite. And yeah, looking forward to have a lot of action as well. So did want to come on here today, a couple hours before these fights start, and talk through it one last time. We'll talk about the betting lines and how they've moved, because they've been moving. They've definitely been moving. You know, on fight days, the lines have been moving. You know, no Isaac Dalgarian situations, of course, but you know, these lines are moving. We'll see where they're at. We'll talk about some last minute spots, and curious to hear you guys' thoughts on a lot of these fights. So before we get into it, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are now 200 subscribers away from 30K. We have about 45 days to do it by the end of the year. So hopefully we can get 200 more, because 30K would be pretty awesome. So subscribe if you guys could. And let's say what's up to the chat. We got Fluffy Hernandez, future champion, in the building. Long time no see. What's up, Fluffy? Good to see you. And we got Mathens. Where is he? I started right at 4. I'm actually pretty good at starting on time, outside of the Sunday show I do with Wheezy, because me and Wheezy are in the back kind of chopping it up a little bit before the show. But when I'm alone, when I'm solo, yeah, I'm pretty much always starting on time. If anything, I start earlier, actually. Late? No, I actually started right at 4 o'clock. Started right on time. No, I not always late. That's just not true. Let's get a moment of silence for Wellmaker's opponent today. I don't know, man. I do have a bet on that fight. It's not like, I mean, Ethan Ewing is not some pushover scrub. Like, Ethan Ewing is a pretty good fighter. It's just you're taking the fight on 2 days' notice against one of the hottest prospects in the UFC. Probably not going to end well for Ethan Ewing, but I do think this is a guy that can absolutely have some success in the UFC. It's not like he's some bum like Eric McConico. If anything, we should have a moment of silence for Eric McConico today. We got Jake in the building. What's up, Jake? Good to see you in here. Got Nathan as well. We got Eileen Perez's butthole saying who else is watching this card naked. I won't be doing that, but I'll be enjoying it, man. I'll be sitting back, enjoying the fights, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, man. But yeah, not naked. Not naked. Gang, what's up? What's up? Shout out Brady, Tom Brady. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tom Brady. Big fan of Tom Brady. My goat Brady, what's up? What's up? Today's going to either be a big win or a big loss kind of day. So many of these fight outcomes are 50-50 betting wise. Good luck today, fellas. I agree that a lot of these matchups are 50-50. Like, you can make a strong case for a lot of these sides. For the Brady fight, either Brady gets the grappling going and he wins a decision or gets a submission, or Mike Morales takes his head off. You know, the Pat Sabatini fight, either Mariscal takes his head off or Pat Sabatini is able to get the grappling going. You know, there's a lot of fights like that. The Kopylov Rodrigues fight, somebody's probably getting knocked unconscious. So yeah, I think in a lot of these fights are very interesting. And I think it's more of like a prop card for me. I like a lot of the props on this card because a lot of these money lines, I feel like a lot of these fights go either way. Like the Shevchenko-Zhang fight, I feel like is a tough one to call. We got Kobe. My kid's birthday party starts when the prelims start. Do I skip it? Yeah, you absolutely skip your kid's birthday party. There'll be plenty more, and we're only going to get to be able to see UFC 322 once. So I think that was bad planning potentially on your part, Kobe, to plan a party. I mean, you got to have the party a little bit earlier, maybe. So yeah, absolutely skip the party, or just watch during the party. Pull it up on your phone type thing. We got Elder in the building. What's up, Brady? What is up? We got Sped MMA Enjoyer saying, Brady, what do you think of Wellmaker KO minus 180 as a parlay piece? I actually don't hate it. Like, if you're going to parlay Wellmaker, his money line's minus 500. How's he going to win this fight? It's probably KO. You got to imagine, especially with Ewing coming in on 2 days' notice. So, yeah, if I was to parlay Wellmaker in some sort of fashion, I'd rather take the KO rather than his money line at minus 500. R.I.P. birthday. Yeah, you wouldn't see me at a birthday party today. That's for sure. You better move today. You might get knocked out. Yeah, I wish we could still have that song going. I really wish we could have that song, but I got copyrighted. The creators of the song, they got greedy and no longer able to use You Better Move, You Might Get Knocked Out, which is an absolute shame. Can we hear them pipes before the big car? I don't know, man. Probably not. But maybe in the near future. Well, I know it's been a long time. We got Mick D. Let's go. Let's get it, Brady. Let's get it. Borchev KO2. We'll talk about that fight very shortly. You and Wheezy in the back chopping it up, right? Yeah, definitely chopping it up. Right. Some troll in the YouTube comment section told me to put my life savings on Leon Edwards. Yeah, we'll talk about that Edwards fight. It's a very interesting fight in a sense that money's pouring in on Leon Edwards. And I don't know who's betting him because, quite frankly, a lot of people I know and talk to are on the Carlos Prates side, but money's pouring in on Leon Edwards. So I don't know who is laying this money on Edwards, but money is coming in. Do we have any faith in GM3? I mean, I don't personally, but you never know with GM3. He's like a Paul Craig. He's like one of those guys you just can never count out, no matter how bad the matchup is for him. GM3 is kind of always surprises you type thing. So if GM3 won today, it really shouldn't surprise anybody, but holy crap, does he look like he's on his way out. Yeah, moment of silence for McConico. Cesar Kaev's now minus 1,000. Prates for president. I do agree with that. Caesar, what up, Brady? Let's get this money. Let's get it. Jack, round 4, KO easily. I could see a late KO potentially. We got River Tour checking in from X. By the way, if you guys are watching on X, don't be afraid to hit the repost or the retweet. Help me out. Would appreciate that. What is up, River Tour? Yeah, moment of silence, man. LOL, me, I'm naked. You're what? Oh, you're named or naked? I don't know, man. My braider. Ewing has 8 wins. Combined fighters are 33 and 29. That's not great. It's not like he's fighting like complete bums. Like he just knocked out Billy Brand, who's not bad, but that's not great. We got Justin Cash with a $2 dono. Appreciate you. Justin Cash saying Prates will clap Leon onside. I hope so, man. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of Leon Edwards. And I think it's going to come down to who gets their fight. Is it going to be a Leon Edwards fight, which would be a horrible fight? Everybody would be booing and nothing would be happening. Or is it going to be a Carlos Prates fight? We're going to get some action. We're going to, get some violence. And I hope it's a Prates fight. There you go. And enjoy it, man. Enjoy being naked. Nothing wrong with that. We got Angela in the building. What is up? Definitely going to be naked during the Blanchfield Cortez fight. That's disgusting. We got Joey De in the building saying, how come they haven't arrested Isaac Targaryen if he's about confirmed to be involved some way or another? Well, I did see a tweet from Adam Martin where it said something along the lines of they're going to have like a trial or something with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. They're going to kind of vote on whether or not Targaryen's going to get his purse, and then whether or not, or how long he's going to be suspended type thing. So it's going to take a while. Like even with the Minner Krause situation, we didn't hear anything for like 3 years. And then finally we heard something. So we're not going to know much for probably a couple years, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So many 50-50 matchups, only 4 bets on this whole card for me. Yeah, a lot of 50-50 matchups. And if y'all can't tell, people are coming to their senses on closing odds on Prates versus Leon. Fight quick. If Prates wins, it'll be decision, if anything. I mean, if Prates wins, he's probably knocking Edwards' head off. But yeah, if Edwards wins, it's probably a terrible, terrible, terrible fight. We got Carlos. Hi, Brady. What's your first bet of the night? It's going to be on the Cesar fight. I'm passing on the Borchev Camilo fight, but I like the Cesar under 1.5. I got in on it early at -160. It's -200. I mean, he shouldn't. If Cesar is the real deal, or really anything, if he's half of the fighter we think he is, he should knock out the very chinny Eric McConico. Might be an over/under betting day for sure. Yeah, I like a lot of totals. Kids' birthday parties can wait. I would tend to agree. 6 total takedowns in Valentina Weili -105. I like this in my crazy. That's a lot of takedowns, but I do think that hits. Like that's a ton of takedowns though. But yeah, 25 minutes. Either fighters can get takedowns. I don't hate that. What is this sus -1200 guy? Yeah, I kind of thought the line would be wider. He was sitting around -800 all week, and now he's -1500, which I think kind of makes more sense. It's like hard to give McConico a chance here. Did you change your mind about any fight after weigh-ins? No, I thought everybody looked good. Everybody made weight besides Beneil Daryush. I think Daryush probably looked the worst out of all. Looked a lot older. Him missing weight, probably not the best sign. So yeah, Daryush is the one that kind of, and I was already picking Benoit Saint Denis, so I kind of like Saint Denis a little bit more than I already did. Brady, I'm at the liquor store. You want anything for tonight? Like some apple ales? Man, I haven't had apple ales and probably I don't know, 8 years. It's been a long time since I've had a red apple ale. Those used to be good, but I can't drink them anymore because they got old quick. They got old very quick. Edwards could win a boring decision. He could. If Prates doesn't press the fight, Leon could steal it. And I agree. That's the worry with Prates is sometimes he doesn't press the fight. And appreciate you, River Tour, for reposting the stream. It means a lot, my guy. Rodrigues sub's going to hit tonight because I'm not betting it. Same. I'm actually not betting it for that reason. I want to see it hit. If I bet it, it's not going to hit. If I bet it, he's probably getting knocked out or, knocking out Kopylov. But if I don't bet it, then it'll hit for everybody else. So I'm not betting it, but I think this might be the time it hits. Sprinkle McConico for first round KO is +1,000. That's probably how he wins, but I don't know. He doesn't throw anything. UFC and Polymarket are teaming up. Meerschaert about to go the distance next month somehow. Probably. Yeah, isn't Meerschaert fighting next month? I think he's fighting on the card I'm going to, UFC 323. I forget against who. I'm pretty sure. And also we got Jalen Turner coming back as well, UFC 323 as well. I don't know why people think Leon is this volume monster. He's not. He's not. He's actually the opposite of a volume monster. Would you say the JDM looked bigger than Islam at weigh-ins? He was a lot thicker, He's the guy that looks like that natural welterweight, but Islam did look pretty good size. I mean, Islam looked like he had to cut a lot of weight to get down to 170. But all right, guys, I say we kind of go through these fights. We'll go through it one by one. We'll see what you guys like. And then, yeah, I'm going to put up a poll for each fight. I think that'll be fun. So we're going to start a poll here. And the first fight is going to be, I mean, it's so hard to spell Vladislav Borchev. We'll say Slava Borchev versus Mateus Camilo. So let me know who you guys got. Vote on the poll. And this is a fight that I don't know. I mean, I'm staying away from this one just because I can't trust either one of these guys at all. On the Camilo side, it's like this guy quit. This guy absolutely quit in his debut against Gabe Green. It was a horrible look. Hey, crap. Sam Laporta on the IR. Dang it. I just traded for Sam Laporta. I just a couple days ago traded for Sam Laporta. And now he has a back injury, and now he's on the IR. Might miss the rest of the season. You got to be kidding me. I hate fantasy football. I absolutely hate it. My brother just traded with my brother, and he's blowing me up saying Sam Laporta's on the IR. Unbelievable. I gave away 3 players for Sam Laporta, and he's on the damn IR. Damn it! Unbelievable. Anyway, this fight, Mateus Camilo, I'm not laying minus 175 on a quitter. On the flip side, you have Slava Borchev, who's a liar. This guy's not 33 years old. This guy is probably in his 50s, maybe his 60s. And he's looked rough. I mean, the chin is a very big concern. He's getting hurt in all of his fights. The takedown defense has always been just non-existent. But I'm just getting weird vibes about this fight. I feel like this fight could be, I don't know, maybe like a slower paced type fight where Camilo wants to manage his cardio a little bit better. Maybe Camilo goes for some takedowns here, and Slava is pretty tough to submit. Initially, I was maybe looking at the under 2.5 rounds, but they kind of priced me out of it. Minus 160. It's not something I want to run to the window for, because at the end of the day, Borchev, although I do think he's very chinny, this guy is not a quitter, and he really has no quit in him at all. And I could see like maybe a greasy decision one way or another. So yeah, nothing really sticking out here for me. I got to pick Camilo just because he's so much younger. I think there's room for improvement. And Slava just seems like he's on a very, very steep decline. And again, he's a liar. He's not 33 years old. He's more so in his like 70s. So Camilo for me, I'm going to sit back and watch this one. I'm going to enjoy it. But Camilo's the pick. What do you guys like in this fight? Anything sticking out from like a prop perspective? Because there's no damn way. Nobody's laying minus 175 on Camilo. Nobody can be doing that, right? Yeah. Unbelievable. Sam Laporta on the IR. Luckily, I do have Jawan Johnson on for the Saints, and since they traded Shaheed, he's going to get some volume. But holy crap, it's unbelievable. Yeah, poor Sam Laporta. I mean, IR from back spasms. I mean, come on, it can't be that bad, Sam. It can't be that bad. Get your ass out there and play football, Laporta. I'm so pissed. Like, that just ruined my day. I got Camilo minus 120. There you go. Yeah, so that's something I can get down with. Camilo minus 120. I could get down with that. Can't trust Slava Claus. Focus on delivering presents. Yeah, he's working on Christmas stuff. He's letting kids sit on his lap. He's getting all the presents ready, and he's prepping for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is coming up next month. You think Slava's really focused on fighting at this point? I'm not sure. Camilo should win, if not cut him. I mean, maybe this could be a loser goes home type fight, but Camilo's only 24. I mean, he's so much younger than Borchev, and he is a decent fighter. Like, the striking's good. He has power. He clearly has good grappling. It's just he did quit in his first fight. I love Slava here. If anything, maybe I would look at it from like a live bet standpoint. Like, I would be pretty surprised if Camilo doesn't win that first round, and then maybe he starts to slow down second round. That's maybe when Slava starts to take over round 2, round 3. So maybe a live bet on Slava, if anything, but I would be shocked if I had any money on this fight. Camilo triangle choke plus 2,500 on BetMGM. There you go. What time is the fight? The fights are kicking off in an hour and 40 minutes, 6 Eastern. Plus 3.5 on Borchev. I don't hate that. If he doesn't get finished, he's almost certain to win a round if he doesn't get finished. Please no boats and hose moments today. Well, yeah, Michel Pereira is not on the card. And by the way, has Michel Pereira been arrested for throwing the Daukus fight and throwing the Abus Magomedov fight? Has Michel been arrested yet and charged? Because that was Michel Pereira. He's throwing fights nowadays. Slava's going to sleep this fool under 2.5. Yeah, I looked at it. I had my finger over the trigger the whole time. It's just not. I could see it going poorly, though. I don't know. Camilo sub. I could see that as well. Like, what is the price on the sub? But Slava's just so hard to submit. Like, even the McKinney fight. Like, McKinney had him in that choke for over a minute. Just fully locked in. Like, I mean, Slava just has no quit in him. Camilo sub plus 420. It's not horrible. Camilo over 1.5 takedowns, minus 180. I might play that as a parlay piece. I mean, yeah, if he wants takedowns, he's going to get them. Slava has no takedown defense. Slava actually has the worst takedown defense I've ever seen. Slava round 3 by Camilo quitting to strike. And that's the worry, man. Yeah, I actually thought about that last night. I was like, what's Slava 2-3? Let's take a look. Because I think that's kind of Slava's path. Slava 2-3 is, hey, plus 600. That's not bad. Slava 2-3 plus 600. It's not bad at all. Slava KO. Out of all the props, Borchev KO at plus 265 and Camilo plus 300 KO. That's a red flag for me. Those are the smallest props. Clearly, they think Borchev's going to get the KO. And yeah, you could. You absolutely could. Is Uriah Faber one of the L? You never know. What is up, Milkman? How do you love Slava? It's hard, man. It's hard to love Slava. It's hard to love either of these guys, pretty much. How does the plus 3.5 work in the fight? So say, for example, Camilo wins the fight, but wins 29-28 on all three judges' scorecards, and Slava wins one round. Slava has to basically just win 3 total rounds out of all three judges' scorecards. So just 3 rounds, and that plus 3.5 cashes. If he gets finished, the bet does not cash, and the bet loses. If he does get a finish, the bet wins. I don't mind those plus 3.5s sometimes. But I'm not touching it here. What am I supposed to do for the next hour 40, Goon? Just hang out in here. You don't have to Goon. I mean, if you want to, you can. But did you hear about Danny Rodrigues? No. What happened to D-Rod? What? No, he did. Come on. Send me the article. Send me the article. There's no way he got arrested. What was he doing in Mexico? What was he doing smuggling? No, there's no way. Send me the link. Love your prediction videos. Appreciate that, Creed. Good to see you in here. We got Wayne. Wayker. There you go. With the 499, says, good luck, Brady. Slava is a really in-shape set. Yeah, he's doing good for 70 years old. Slava's doing good. It's not too often you see 7-year-olds go out there and fight outside of, what's his name? Sergey Spivak is 1,000 years old. He's a vampire. Muslim Salikov is approaching 100 years old. You know, we see some older fighters go out there and, you know, have some success. But yes, Slava, 7 years old, looking in pretty dang good shape. Who is Mateus Camilo? I don't know, man. I don't know who he is. Camilo by sub. Who is less likely to be 33 years old, Slava or Robocop? I mean, Slava's definitely older than Robocop, but Robocop's probably like 40. Slava's like 80, you know? I'm going to say Robocop, he on that Aldo birth certificate program. He is. All right, let's see what you guys said in the poll. Wow. It kind of reflects the odds. It kind of pretty much reflects the odds in the poll. We have about 60% of people going with Camilo, and then about 40% of people going with Slava Borchev. So, yeah, pretty closely line fight. The chat is slightly leaning with the quitter in Mateus Camilo. And 41% of people are going with the old man in Slava Borchev. So, there we go. All right, let's go to the next fight. Get the poll up. We have Bossinger. Susarkayev versus Eric McConico. All right. Let's see what you guys got in this one. We have a big favorite here in Susarkayev. He is currently sitting at minus 1,500. And I said it on the Sunday show on StatDigger, or Monday show now. We had Susarkayev at minus 800, and I was like, I think this line actually should be wider. Like I truly think this line should be wider than minus 800, which is a crazy thing to say because that's almost a 90% implied probability. But yeah, I thought that the line should be wider, you know, because Eric McConico, this dude has no chin, been knocked down in all 3 of his losses. He hates getting hit. I mean, it's hard to pick you to win a fight if you hate getting hit. And Eric McConico, just the reactions to some of the shots. I mean, the first time that Nursultan touched him, he got knocked out. Even like Cody Brundage was hitting him, and just the reactions were not, you know, great. You know, they weren't the best. And, you know, Susarkayev is going to hit you very hard and kick you very hard. And I don't think McConico is going to like it. But McConico also doesn't do anything. It's like he hates getting hit. He doesn't do anything. I mean, this guy landed 25 strikes over the course of a 15-minute fight. I mean, you know how hard that is to do? I mean, that's hard to do. Landing 25 strikes in a 15-minute fight, that's extremely tough to do. And even in the Nursultan fight that lasted about 6 minutes, he only landed 5 strikes. Like, how do you land 5 strikes in 6 minutes? I'm not sure what McConico's good at. Is he some great wrestler, grappler? No. Is he some great striker? No. So, yeah, this is a layup for Bossinger, and he needs to treat it as such. He needs to go out there, pressure this guy. You know, this guy, McConico, doesn't want to be in there. He's got to touch his chin, keep him to the body, and finish him and finish him early. Like, if you let this guy, McConico, get out of the first round, I mean, it's going to look bad. It's going to be a bad look. If you take this guy to decision, I'm going to call you out on it, and I'm going to say, Sasurkaev, you just fixed that fight. You just cashed you and your buddies a massive decision prop, Sasurkaev. So, yeah, he should smoke McConico. I mean, he should knock him out early. I like the under 1.5. I was surprised that the money line wasn't wider earlier in the week at minus 800, and I was surprised that the under 1.5 was sitting at minus 160. It just made no sense. Like, this guy McConico shouldn't be lasting 7.5 minutes here against Sasurkaev. So I like Sasurkaev quite a bit, and he should be able to smoke him. You should just stream during the whole card. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Not much to say about this one, huh? Yeah, not really. Should be Sasurkaev. I mean, and he talked about in his fight against Eric Nolan where he's like, he wasn't impressed with that performance. And at the end of the day, he got a second round submission win. And if he wasn't impressed with that performance, you know, you better not be letting McConico get to the second round. Under 0.5 rounds. The only reason I don't love it, like, I mean, he should start just bombing in 2.5 minutes. The only reason I don't love it is because McConico is going to run away the entire time. McConico is going to try his best not to fight at all, but I think eventually he's gonna get to him and he's gonna finish him. Played Sasurkaev round 1 minus 120 straight and played under 1.5 with Wellmaker money line on a 2-leg. I like it. Like under 0.5 rounds, and apparently that's plus 200. I mean, I think it's live. I definitely think it's live. I picked Eric because he seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a great guy, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of McConico. McConico is winning this. I don't know how. I can't even picture a way he wins. It had to be like a fluke knockout. It had to be something crazy, like an early fluke knockout. I think that's the only way he wins this fight. Sasurkaev by KO, and it's not even close. Yeah, I think people are just overthinking this matchup a little bit. I think it's just Sasurkaev knockout. Right now, 6 people are trying to be funny. Yeah, oh my gosh. 12% of people are picking McConico. I want to have a word with 12% of you guys. 12% of you guys are taking Eric McConico. Does Eric McConico have a bunch of YouTube accounts and just voting for himself? I don't know. Brady, why are people calling McConico the Timu Khalil Roundtree? I don't know. That makes no sense. I don't know. He's nothing like Roundtree at all. First minute finish plus 500. Yeah, I think it could hit, but like I said, it's going to be frustrating because McConico is going to be like sprinting away from this guy. I'm doing DFS lineups right now, and I keep landing on Islam like a square. Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal main event to target. I have a lot of Islam, and you can have some Jack as well. I think it's a fight that you could definitely potentially go close to all in on. Same with the co-main event. Yeah, it could be. We've seen a couple stacks this year that have been on the optimal lineup. I think on this card, it might be a little bit tougher to do because I think some of the scores on this card are going to be crazy. But yeah, I think that's a co-main event that can score very well. I think for cash games, stacking that fight is a very good look. I don't mind that. What's the shady stuff this week? The only shady thing this week really is just the Prates Edwards line to me. It's like I just see a ton of people on Prates, but the line keeps getting closer and closer. Money keeps coming in on Edwards. I just don't know where this money's coming from. McConico, I'll never forget that fight. I had a max bet on the under 1.5 in the Ateba Gaudier Tristan Vines fight. And the fight starts, and Tristan Vines is towards the back of the cage, just skirting around for like the first 2 minutes, just running away from Gaudier. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, I'm really going to lose this under 1.5. And then finally they came together and Gaudier finished him. But I mean, that was hilarious. Could you see a sneaky sub? I could see. I mean, he can do whatever he wants to this. If he wants to sub him, he can. If he wants to sub him, he absolutely can. Yeah, I can highlight picks at the end for sure. He look, yeah, I guess. Yeah, kind of. Don't forget to milk the video every way you milk it, like it. Islam under 3.5 takedowns, minus 115. It's, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Is Herzog reffing? He hasn't reffed a card since it was reported he was being investigated, correct? Yes. My prediction is we don't see Herzog for the rest of the year. At least I'm hoping we don't. And then I don't think we see Murgliata the rest of the year. I don't think we see Murgliata or Herzog the rest of the year. I could be wrong. We'll see tonight. But I'd be kind of surprised if Herzog was reffing this card. We'll see, though. You never know. You never know. Imagine being Tristan Vine's wife watching that. I'd break up with him on the spot. He gave me the ick. Yeah, I mean, it gave me the ick too, man. It gave me the ick too. All right, let's see what you guys said for this fight. Final votes. 88% of people going with Sasarkayev and 12% of people going with Eric McConico, which again kind of reflects the odds. Kind of reflects the odds there. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Brady, how did you notice the unusual line movement in the Bulgarian fight? Did you see someone post like Wheezy on X, or are you getting notifications for certain lines sent to you? No, so I checked the odds. I was checking the odds. I was doing a workout, and I was checking the odds to see which fight was coming up next, because I think there was a fight that I didn't really care about, and I was doing my workout, and then I was checking the odds, and I just so happened to see the Bulgarian line, and I saw that the other dude was getting steamed, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then I saw, I think it was Wheezy post on X that the round 1 prop was getting steamed as well. And then that's when I got I was already a little suspicious, but then I got extremely suspicious once that round 1 prop went from like plus 900 to plus 350 type thing. So yeah, Wheezy nailed it with that round 1 prop. And then I called Wheezy and I said, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. And then we both were able to cash out. And I was like, yeah, Bulgarian's getting finished in the first round. We know what's about to happen. And he did exactly how I thought it would play out. Favorite play between 8,500 and 9,100 for DFS. Let's take a look. So, man, it's such a stacked card. You got Benoit Saint Denis at 8,800. You got Gregory Rodrigues at 8,600. You got, yeah, probably between those two. Even like Prates, like if Prates wins, it's probably a knockout. I'd say Benoit Saint Denis at 8,800 would be my favorite. And then, of course, Gregory Rodrigues has a ton of upside in a win. Mateus Camilo could potentially get an early finish, but I think my favorite out of that range would have to be Benoit Saint Denis, especially after the weigh-ins. Yeah, it's another good one. Yeah, Brady Morales, so another fight that can kind of go either way. But if Brady gets his game going, he's going to score a ton. And vice versa. If Morales is able to, stuff some takedowns here, he's going to score a ton of points. Absolutely. Agreed. Let's move on. All right. We have Fatima Klein going against Angela Hill. Go on and put up the poll. And yeah, this is a fight that I don't have any action on. I think that Klein should win. And I'm actually very high on Klein, but it's like at the end of the day, she's minus 550. Like, what can you really do with that? And then it's like, okay, you look at the props, and it's just tough because Angela Hill is one of the toughest fighters in the division. She's never been knocked out ever. She's been submitted twice, but man, has she improved her ground game over the last couple of years. Like, I'll never forget the Rando Marcos fight. I think it was back in 2019. And I remember being very high on Angela Hill, thinking, yeah, it's a great matchup for her. Hill should be able to stuff some takedowns. I think she's the much, much better striker. I think she's going to have a huge volume advantage. And Rando Marcos submitted her in the first round. Like, what are you doing, Angela? What the hell are you doing? But since then, yeah, she's definitely shored up that, submission defense. Even like Verna Jandaroba was on top of her for a good portion of that fight. And Hill was able to fight out of all those bad positions. So, yeah, I don't know if Klein's going to submit Angela Hill. I don't know if Klein's going to knock out Angela Hill. That's just very tough to do. I kind of think it's just Klein and Klein by decision. But that's like minus 185, minus 190. So I'm staying away from this one. Klein should get it done. I think Hill, although I think she's had a lot of success at the latter end of her career, it's just these last couple fights. I think that the decline is starting to come, and we're going to see more and more decline out of Angela Hill these next couple fights. And I think she could be getting towards the end of the road. But yeah, Klein, I think, is getting Hill at the absolute best time here. So yeah, give me Klein. And Klein probably by decision. Let's see here. Picked all 3 chick fights to go over at plus 134. 0 prep betting action. Yeah, I think I'm picking all 3 to go the distance. Yeah, Blanchfield probably by decision. Klein probably by decision. And then I think the co-main event probably goes to decision. So yeah, I'm with you. I think all the female fights do go over. Hope we see some devastating KOs tonight. Some like that Bellotto KO would be sick. Yeah, I hope we do see some devastating knockouts. That'd be freaking awesome. Klein KO at plus 950. It's a big number. And she does have a lot of KOs in the UFC thus far. Due to COVID, TKO. Melissa Martinez with that head kick KO. And I think she'll be getting some subs in the near future. But she's been getting KOs thus far. And that is a big number. Klein round 2, round 3. Klein round 3 or decision, minus 260. I like that a lot better than the minus 550. Thoughts on Blanchfield versus Prates and DFS tonight? Cortez definitely for looks, but thinking Blanchfield dominates. It's tough because, like, Blanchfield, I think it comes down to who's able to get their game going. Like, if Blanchfield's able to get takedowns and stuff, like, yeah, she could put up a big score. But if Prates comes out with some urgency like he did in the Jeff Neal fight, I think Prates could potentially, get a finish. I think Prates is a lot more finish upside than Blanchfield, but Blanchfield has a lot more grappling upside than Carlos Prates. So I think both are fine. I would lean Prates personally, but yeah, if Blanchfield gets those takedowns, she could score well. We got F Buckets. Say, hey, Brady, Max entered the M150 $25 contest. Thanks to your optimizer. Just curious, what's your philosophy for owning Wellmaker this week? Yeah, a lot of Wellmaker because he's 8,400 on DraftKings, but he's minus 500 on the money line. And whenever stuff like that happens, I'm just eating the chalk. I'm not trying to get different. There's no reason to get different. And just with the way I see the fight playing out, I think the fight ends early. Just with the style of both Wellmaker and Ewing, I think somebody's probably getting knocked down in round 1. So yeah, I'm just gonna take advantage of it and go over the field to Wellmaker there. So yeah, a lot of Wellmaker. But yeah, appreciate you, F Buckets. Brady, I'm really fighting the urge to bet Angela Hill by decision. I mean, that's how she wins, but holy crap. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not touching the fight, but maybe Angela Hill by decision could be a long shot prop that you sweat out. Yeah, Angela Hill is hard to finish. Thoughts on Vieira plus 3.5 and Cortez plus 3.5? I don't mind either. Don't love either, but I don't mind either. I think both go the distance. Both could be competitive, but nothing I'm running to the window for. All right, let's end this poll here. And we have 79% of people going with Klein and 21% of people taking the old dog and Angela Hill, 40 years old. Let's see if she can pull it off. It'd be a pretty big, I think it'd be the second biggest upset on the card, or second biggest underdog on the card coming through. Angela Hill plus 400. So we'll see. All right. Next fight. Next fight, we have a good one. We got Pat Sabatini versus Chepe Mariscal. And I'm looking forward to this fight. I like fights like this. We have a couple fights like this where, you can make a strong case for both sides. With Pat Sabatini, you have a really good wrestler and just dominant grappler. Like if Pat Sabatini gets you down, you're probably staying down or getting submitted. Like Pat Sabatini's no joke on the ground. But he does have a little bit of a chin problem. We've seen him hurt in a lot of fights. He's been knocked out a couple times. And, if this fight is on the feet at any point in time, he is in danger of getting, clipped and knocked out by Chepe. And yeah, I think if Chepe wins, it's probably due to him catching Sabatini on the feet here. This is a rematch from a very long time ago where Chepe did get the nod in a close decision. But yeah, I kind of see it being, Sabatini getting takedowns, control time, and maybe even getting a sub. I think Sabatini could be live for a submission just due to the fact that Chepe, he will make mistakes on the grappling. Like in the Joe Anderson Brito fight, like Brito just laid on his back, just content to just lose minutes off his back. That's not Chepe. Chepe's going to try to get back up. He's going to scramble. He's going to give up bad positions to get back up to his feet, and that's where I think a submission could potentially present itself for Sabatini. But I also think that Mariscal is very live to knock out Sabatini at any point in this round. I kind of feel like Sabatini needs to fight a perfect game for him to win this fight. So it's a tough fight. I slightly lean towards the dog and Chepe to get that knockout. But, I mean, some of these props are interesting. Like Chepe Mariscal by knockout, plus 420, plus 400 for Chepe by knockout. And then even like Sabatini by submission. I remember I bet on Sabatini by submission against Jonathan Pierce at like plus 600 as well. Plus 600 here again for Sabatini by submission. Like if this guy gets to your back, like if Chepe makes a mistake, Sabatini's somebody that can make you pay. So I just thought that was interesting. Like some of those props I think are pretty big numbers there. But I'm going to lean Chepe. I'm going to lean Chepe by knockout on this one. All right, what do you guys like in this one? I'm very curious to see who you guys have in the chat because we got a very closely lined fight. Right now we got, 69% of people are taking Chepe Mariscal, and I even spelled his name wrong. That's crazy. 70% of people right now are taking Chepe Mariscal. Where are the Sabatini backers? Sabatini backers, put your vote in. There's no way. There's no way. He's a sucker for punishment. Who's a sucker for punishment? I agree. Wellmaker at 8,400 chalk worth eating. They should have adjusted his price with the opponent change. Yeah, but they don't do that more often than not. And yeah, you just got to kind of go with it. He's got to kind of go with it. I was listening to other shows claiming Ewing is a tougher fight than Haddon. I think they're smoking funny stuff. Yeah, I don't really smoke much, but I mean, I don't think it is just because Ewing is coming on like 2 days notice. Like that can't be ignored. Like Ewing is literally stepping in on 2 days notice against one of the hottest prospects ever. How soon until John Pork UFC debut? I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be January, February. People are looking forward to it. Sabatini, another one. If it hits the ground, probably optimal. Yeah, another great fight to target on DK. Either Sabatini gets his game going and puts up a lot, or Chepe potentially finds the chin. Yeah, there's a couple fights like that. The Brady Morales fight. Chepe is a dog. Yeah, Chepe's a dog, man. Like Brito doesn't have that dog in him. Like Brito just laid on his ass for 15 minutes. Like where's the dog, Joe Anderson Brito? I mean, Brito lost to William Gomi. How the hell do you lose a fight to William Gomi, Joe Anderson? Chepe wouldn't lose to William Gomi. So yeah, I think Chepe has a lot more dog than Brito. That's why I think it's gonna be a lot more interesting of a fight than that Brito fight. This one's tricky, but I think Sabatini's chin is too questionable for me. Chepe is a dog. I'll be looking for that finish the whole time. Great fight. Under is huge. Yeah, I played the fight doesn't go to decision. And the line has moved quite a bit. Money's starting to come in on violence. But yeah, I think violence is very sneaky here. You could see a Chepe knockout. I think Sabatini could be live for a sub. I don't mind violence whatsoever. There you go. We got somebody voting Sabatini. Brady, before I forget, I think the refs are going to be taking mad points away. Yes, be on the lookout for that, guys. Be on the lookout for points getting taken away, for eye pokes. Be on the lookout for very short leashes tonight. I think we're definitely going to get a couple points taken if fighters grab the cage. Point taken. If there's an eye poke, point taken. Even if fighters are pointing out their fingers a couple times. They're going to be looking really close. Like if one eye poke could be a point taken tonight. Absolutely. Good point to bring up, Dix. And we could potentially see a draw at that point, right? We could see a draw on this card. We could see something. I know they used to have those point deduction props at plus 2,000. The Yam bags. I wonder if they still do those. I haven't seen it though. There you go. Voted Sab. Fight doesn't go. I don't mind it. A plus money. I don't mind it. Who else is playing the Val Wheelie stack in the 150? Yeah, why not? Why not? What's your favorite bet on the card? I think it's the Susserkive under 1.5. Although I didn't bet it as heavy as I should have. I just don't think that Susserkive should let this guy go 7.5 minutes. Public all over Chepe, you know what that means. We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, so final votes on the Chepe Sabatini fight, and it's shocking because Chepe is literally the underdog at plus 105. 73% of people are on Chepe, and 27% of people are on Pat Sabatini, which is very, very, very interesting to me. Cannot wait to see how that plays out. All right. Next fight. We have a good one. We have Kyle Daukus. And I want to spell the name right this time. Daukus versus Gerald Meerschaert. All right. Let me know who you guys got in this one. But it's a great fight. It's like, I don't know. Seeing Kyle Daukus at minus 550, it's just funny to me. Because Kyle Daukus is just like a fighter that never should be minus 550. And I remember breaking out this fight earlier in the week, and it's like, he was like minus 300, minus 325. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, Meerschaert is definitely on his way out. He just got knocked out like 2 months ago. I was there live for that fight, and it wasn't the best look. He looks like he's drunk in there. Looks like he just woke up from a long nap. After a night out. I mean, Meerschaert just looks to be done. I mean, and rightfully so. Meerschaert's had like 57 fights. I think this is going to be Meerschaert's 58th fight. And he's taken a lot of damage. He's been finished He's been finished like 14 times. You're going to start to slow down, especially getting up there in age and having that. He has a ton of miles on him, like fight miles. Meerschaert's like 120 years old with fight miles. So yeah, you're bound to start slowing down. And I think Kyle Daukus, he's definitely nothing special. But Kyle Daukus is also getting Meerschaert at the correct time. So yeah, I thought minus 325. I thought it was fair. I really wasn't expecting this much money to come in on Daukus. I truly wasn't, because Meerschaert is one of these guys that you can just really never count out. He's one of these guys that when you expect him to lose and get served, that's kind of when he surprises you and wins the fight. Like, I know it was the ghost of Bruno Silva, but kind of thought Bruno Silva, a guy with a lot of power, a guy that is, supposedly a BJJ black belt. You would think that, Bruno Silva would probably knock out Meerschaert. Same thing with Makhmudmuradov, a guy with good takedown defense, a guy that has, really good striking, really good power. Meerschaert pulled off the upset there. So it's like, you never know with Meerschaert. You never know what to expect, and you never want to count him out. But I do think Daukus is getting him at the right time here. I don't know if it's going to be a knockout. I know Daukus is calling for the knockout on Twitter. But could see a club and sub. Like, at the end of the day, Meerschaert's been submitted 9 times. I think the best way to play this is some sort of violence. And what's interesting is the under 1.5 is getting smashed. And I remember, holy crap. Yeah, the under 1.5 did get smashed. So, geez, opened up plus 153. It's now minus 105. And I agree with it. I think this fight's going to end early. I think Kyle Daukus is going to finish Meerschaert early. And I remember I texted Wheezy earlier, and I was like, okay, if you would line, what would you line the Meerschaert Daukus fight doesn't go to decision? And I forget what he said. Something he said like a big number, like minus 500. And I was like, well, guess what? The fight doesn't go to decisions, minus 220. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, and I don't know. I don't think this fight goes the distance. I'd be surprised. Like, if it did, it's probably like a greasy fight. But I think Daukus should be able to finish him early, or if not, Meerschaert can do what Meerschaert does and snatch something up, at some point in the fight. So I think violence is the best way to play this. Don't lay minus 550 on Daukus. Like, if you lay minus 550 on Daukus and he loses that fight, like, you're going to feel really bad about yourself. Like, I think there's better ways to play it. An under, a fight won't start round 3, and under 2.5. Daukus round 1, round 2. I think there's just a lot better ways to play it than like minus 550 on Daukus. I was kind of surprised to see Daukus is sitting at minus 550. I mean, I get it to an extent. Like, he might very well go out there and look minus 550, but holy crap, minus 550 on Daukus is just kind of disgusting. Does Daukus have staff? No, I don't think I don't think anybody on this card has staff. It's funny. I've seen multiple different posts where they're like, Chepe has staff, Daukus has staff, Islam has staff. Like, why do people do it's every pay-per-view? Somebody has a staph infection. It's like, come on, we're reaching a little bit. Nobody on this card has a staph infection. Susarkayev has staph. Come on, no, nobody has a staph infection. I don't know why people are doing that this week. Daukus KO 1 plus 500. Have to throw a little something. Daukus's cheeks, but hey, man, cheeks are great. Cheeks are great. And that's what he's predicting, a first-round knockout. And yeah, if he's going to get it, it's going to be here. I mean, he knocked out Michel Pereira. You know, whether it was a fixed fight or not, still impressive. He got a first-round knockout the fight prior as well. And to be honest, like, Daukus does have power. He has a lot of subs on his record, but you go and watch those subs, like, he's hurting a lot of these guys on the feet. You know, he does have a couple club and subs on his record. So, yeah, definitely, you know, Daukus does have some power, at least enough power to knock out Meerschaert, you would think. Meerschaert live for sub round 3. Maybe. So the thing about the Meerschaert 2-3 is, you know, those are always auto bets, right? But I don't know if it's the same Meerschaert anymore. I don't know if this fight gets to round 3, will he have enough energy? Because he in the Reinier de Ridder, and I know it's Reinier de Ridder. I know people love Reinier de Ridder. He's awesome. Reinier de Ridder out cardioed Gerald Meerschaert. How does that happen? How do you get out cardioed by the guy with the worst cardio in UFC history? Reinier de Ridder might not even fight again. I was watching an interview where Reinier de Ridder was talking about how he's getting tired just walking up the steps. I don't think we'll see Reinier de Ridder fight ever again. I mean, if you're getting tired after walking up the steps, you're not going to go in there and fight. And Meerschaert was completely, I mean, Meerschaert was death gassed against Reinier de Ridder, who has awful cardio. So I don't know. If it gets to round 3, it's going to get greasy. It's going to get very greasy. Was there a Daukus staff rumor? I don't think so, man. Daukus by decision? I hope not. But if it does go to decision, you got to favor Daukus. Meerschaert has exactly 0 decisions in the UFC. GM3 leaves the gloves in the center of the octagon tonight after he gets the smelling salt to wake him up. I don't think he's retiring. I think Meerschaert's one of those guys that he's just not going to retire ever, right? I think they're going to have to be like, hey, man, it's time to hang him up. I don't think he's retiring tonight. I'd be surprised if he did. Meerschaert Daukus ends by sub plus 210. What do you think? That's actually not bad between these two grapplers, but you know, Daukus could also knock him out as the problem. But that's a lot better of a line than I would think it would be. I trained with Miradov. He's legit. With that said, Daukus lock. Yeah, Miradov's a good fighter. We haven't seen Miradov in a while. Hopefully he's doing well. Or did they cut him? I don't think they cut him, but we haven't seen him in a long time, Miradov. Never bet on a Daukus. Yeah. Chepe has staff. I don't know, man. BSD actually had staff once. He did actually have staff once against Dustin Poirier. But people, like each pay-per-view, like somebody gets staff. It's crazy. Brady, not to trivialize the passing of a legendary coach, but I'm going to have to play GM3 Inside the Distance just in case it comes out inspired with that fire to honor the memory of the late great coach Duke Rufus. And yeah, I think he's going to try for it. I mean, he's always going to try for it. And if he gets the fight down to the ground, or Daukus gets the fight down to the ground, and he's live, man. He's live. If Daukus wins, I will die. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. That's not good. That's not good. Can't wait for Daryush to show levels. Bro quit on the stool in the main event. That's horrible. Yeah, that was bad, man. TKO by stairwalking. I couldn't believe when I heard that. Daukus sub 1 minute KO, 60-second KO would be crazy, but hey, he did it against Michel Pereira. Another channel showed it. Showed the Chepe staff. I don't know. I didn't notice any staff. I saw some pictures, like somebody posted a picture of a dude's nipple and said staff. Like, what are you doing? And like, I forget whose nipple it was, but somebody posted a dude's nipple. I don't know who posted it, and it was just a nipple. And somebody was like, staph infection? Like, what are you guys doing? I don't get it. All right. So let's take a look. So 80%, 78%. Okay, kept going down. 78% of people are going with Kyle Daukus, and 22% of people are going with Gerald Meerschaert. Does Kyle Daukus get it done, or is it one last ride with GM3. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's keep moving on to the next fight. And it is going to be Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethan Ewing. All right. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethan Ewing. We got Wellmaker opened up minus 700. He's currently minus 460. Ewing opened up plus 525. Currently plus 360. So the fact that, Wellmaker isn't minus 1,000 should kind of tell you everything you need to know. It kind of tells you that this Ethan Ewing, he's pretty good. He's pretty good, but he's taken the fight on 2 days' notice. He literally accepted this fight on Thursday. Like, that's crazy. This guy accepted the fight on a Thursday, and he's taken on a guy in Wellmaker who obviously had a full camp, who's, I believe, quit his full-time job, focusing on fully training MMA. And Malcolm Wellmaker is one of the hottest prospects in the entire UFC right now. People are really excited about this guy, and how can you not be? How can you not be excited about Malcolm Wellmaker? You're going out there and not only getting knockouts, he's not just knocking guys out. He's like killing guys. Like, some of these knockouts he's getting, I'm like, is he okay? Like, I'm not even sure. Has Chris Moutinho woken up yet? Has that guy even woken up yet? Like, has anybody talked to Moutinho? I haven't heard from Moutinho since that moment. Like, is he okay? Nobody's checked on. I don't know. This guy's putting guys out. And, this is a big step of competition from Ewing. Like, Ewing's fought, some good guy, like, Billy Brand, a guy that fought on the Contender Series. But, this is a big step of competition for Ewing on 2 days' notice. And he's probably going to get hit very hard by Malcolm Wellmaker. So, yeah, I got to go Wellmaker here. I get people taking the shot on Ewing in a sense. Like, he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. But, I think the circumstances are horrible for him. And I think, he's probably going to get knocked out here and probably going to get knocked out in the very first round. Just wait. With the way Ewing comes forward, he's a guy that likes to go in there and exchange, in combination, throw volume, throw hard. He does hit hard, but Wellmaker hits a lot harder. And if these guys land on each other, I think Wellmaker's going to touch him. And I think he's going to touch him in very violent fashion. So, yeah, Wellmaker by knockout, probably by first round knockout, maybe a second round knockout. Maybe we see a second round knockout this time from Wellmaker, but I think Wellmaker knocks him out. But I do think Ewing will be a guy to look for in the future. I think this guy Ewing is not a bad fighter by any means. And you can tell that just by the line. Wellmaker's taking on a guy that's coming in on 2 days' notice, and he's only minus 460. A lot of people showing a lot of respect to Ewing there. And a lot of people betting on him. A lot of sharp guys betting on Ewing. Hyped about a left hook. Yeah, this guy Malcolm Wellmaker is crazy. Absolutely crazy with the power. Ewing coming in on 2 days' notice to get paid $10K and a trip to the hospital. He's going to be put out cold. It's going to be bad. Yeah, and that's how Wellmaker fights go. It's just bad. It's just absolutely bad. And I think he's probably going to get served here. Let's see. Yeah, nipple staff. I couldn't believe that. Somebody posted a picture of a nipple and called it staph. You got to be kidding me. It's just crazy. What a world we live in. Ewing undersized and seems to bite mouthpiece down and swing. Yeah, that's why I actually like the under. Minus 160. I do think it goes under just because Ewing's not going to back down in this fight. He's not going to run away like Eric McConico. He's going to come forward. He's going to bite down. He's going to swing with Wellmaker. So I think this does go under. And I think him swinging with Wellmaker is going to. Yeah, I think it is a bad combo. We got CMR Da Vinci with the $7.99. Appreciate you, CMR, saying Daukus TKO. Okay. Wellmaker KO. Okay. And Blanchfield points. Okay. Plus 716. Lock it in, bro. I like it. I like all three. I think Blanchfield by decision is a very good look. I think Wellmaker, if he's winning this fight, I think that's how he wins. I like it. It's not a bad line. Minus 180 for the knockout. And then I think Daukus would be the one I'd worry about. But at the same time, he's predicting it. He's calling it. He's calling a shot. And yeah, it's not tough to knock out Meerschaert nowadays. I don't mind that parlay at all. Best of luck to you, CMR. Appreciate the dono, my guy. Just a reminder, O'Malley couldn't do what Malcolm did. Yeah, O'Malley, he's a phenomenal striker, but I mean, he doesn't have as much power as Wellmaker. I mean, Wellmaker is one of the hardest hitters, if not the hardest hitter in the bantamweight division. It's crazy. Under 1.5 easy money. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. I kind of thought it'd get blown out. I know neither guy's been knocked out, but with the way I kind of see this fight going down, they're going to swing, and they're going to swing hard. Like, Ewing hits hard himself. Like, if Ewing's winning, it's probably a first-round knockout. That's a wild comment. That's a wild comment. Didn't Ewing just fight a week ago? Yeah, he fought about a week ago. Absolutely. We got I'm a Wanker with the $4.99 saying Wellmaker the type to get staff on purpose just to make sure he doesn't kill somebody. Agreed. I mean, his hands are dangerous, man. His hands might kill somebody one day. I thought he killed Moutinho, but apparently Moutinho's alive and doing well. Pass for me, too many moving factors. The line is unplayable. Yeah, the line is unplayable. You can't lay minus 500 on Wellmaker. If you play him, you probably play him by knockout. Because if he's looking minus 500, he's getting the knockout. Yeah, very violent touching. We got Mr. Ed. Considering the eye poke issue, which fighters on this card are prone to initiating? Well, glad you asked. Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is one of the biggest cheaters on the card. He will poke your eyes. He will grab the cage. I'd be actually surprised if Leon Edwards didn't lose a point tonight. So Leon Edwards was the one that instantly came to mind. Islam Makhachev has cheated before. You know, he'll grab the gloves, he'll grab the shorts, he'll grab the cage. Makhachev will actually cheat in some fights as well. Who else will cheat? Probably just those two, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see. I think we will see a couple points taken tonight. We got about an hour before UFC 322 is starting there. Ewing a DFS leverage play, but that's it. Yeah, he's very cheap on DraftKings. Brady, what is your best 3-leg long shot parlay? I don't know. I didn't do one. I was looking at one, but I was looking at Susarkayev KO1, Daukus KO1, and maybe like a RoboCop sub. Maybe like a BSD KO. I was looking at maybe trying to put one together, but wasn't able to find one I liked. One in my dick will be stiff. Let's go. What's going on? I put Blanchfield sub in 2 parlays. Yeah, it could be live. I looked at the sub prop, but I think it's probably decision. Wellmaker first round KO easy. Patrick Ewing is good, bro. Yeah, Patrick Ewing is good. Ethan Ewing is pretty good as well. I'm feeling good about today, pal. Thanks for your brain power on these things week after week. Appreciate you, Dusty. Good to see you in here. Have this weird feeling Ewing wins. If Ewing wins, it'd be incredible. Just in general, it'd be an incredible upset, but especially considering he's taking this fight on short notice against one of the hottest prospects. Like, if Ewing wins, that'd be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Favorite prize picks plays. It hit big last time I asked. So for prize picks, I really like the Sean Brady less on significant strikes. I think it got smashed, but it was 51.5. But I'm assuming that got smashed. I think the Nickal significant strikes over. It was at a 20.5 earlier in the week. Not sure where that's at now. But yeah, Sean Brady less on the strikes. Nickal more on the strikes. Yeah, I like those two. Benoit Saint Denis on the takedowns, it was 2.5. I kind of like the less there. But yeah, I'd say those are my favorite two. The Sean Brady less on strikes and the Nickal more on strikes. So I think the Nickal fight probably goes the distance, and I think it's probably striking based. And then in the Sean Brady fight, if he is not able to get the grappling going, I think he might get knocked out. And of course, if he does get that grappling going, he's not sniffing 50 strikes. So those are probably the two I like the most. Free Herzog, no, let's not free him. Let's not free him. We drink tonight. If so, what are we drinking? I'm not drinking anything, I don't believe, but enjoy. I'm gonna be sober tonight, but I will be drinking next month at UFC 313 or 323. That's for sure. T-Mobile Arena, $20 a beer. There we go. $20 a beer. Unbelievable. All right, let's end the poll. Holy crap. So this is I think the first poll that doesn't really reflect the line, because 89% of people are taking Malcolm Wellmaker. Only 11% of people are taking Ewing. So that's like, if we put that as an implied probability, 89%, that's minus 800. So people are saying, you know, Wellmaker should be like minus 800 potentially. Very interesting. We got Big Burr saying, I started getting into this UFC into the UFC this spring and subscribed around that time. Your breakdowns helped me learn more about the fighters. Also, you definitely hit 30K before the end of the year. Appreciate that. I hope so. About 200 subscribers away. We're on track. We're on track, but it's going to be a grind for sure. Appreciate you, my guy. All right, let's move on to the next fight. And what do we have? We have Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. All right, let me know what you guys got in this one, because I don't have anything in this fight. Yeah, I just don't love this fight from a betting perspective. I got to go Blanchfield here. I just can't in good conscience lay minus 275 now. Blanchfield's minus 275 now. And I think she wins, but minus 275, it is a little bit steep, because I could see a scenario where, you know, Cortez does use that wrestling to, you know, stuff takedowns and maybe get takedowns of her own. But how I'm kind of picturing the fight is, I think on the feet it's going to be competitive, but I think the pressure of Blanchfield is going to pay dividends. And I just see Blanchfield getting on top at some point. And once Blanchfield is on top, once the fight hits the mat, I know Cortez is a solid grappler. You know, it's Blanchfield's world, and I see Blanchfield getting it done. Probably by decision. I know some people do like the submission, which the submission prop is sitting around minus 600, minus 575. I don't hate it, but I'm staying away from this fight, and I think Blanchfield should be able to get it done. Minus 275, though, I'm not a big fan of that price tag. We'll be talking about the Vieira fight in about 2 fights, but I think Nickal probably wins. Blanchfield is hotter, controversial, I know. That is maybe a little bit controversial. I don't know. It's close. It's certainly close. Whoever wins a decision. I would tend to agree. Who you got in the Vieira? Yeah, I got Nickal. Sub plus 500 for Blanchfield. You can even get it at like plus 600 on some books. The Blanchfield sub. I think it could be worth like a sprinkle. You know, long shot prop type things. If it gets to the ground, she will definitely go for him. Blanchfield's gonna rip those fake eyelashes off of her from Mount. I hope so. I certainly hope so. 10-10 bod, 2-10 face. Talking about Cortez. This fight would probably go to decision at 10 rounds, a pass. Yeah, I could probably see that too. The rematch time, Aaron got her this time. I would tend to agree. We have a couple rematches on this card: the Sabatini-Chepe fight, and then this fight, and I would tend to agree with that. Blanchfield gets it done this time, because the first time she was what, like 18, 19 years old? I would give Cortez back shots. There you go. I think many people would. Aaron is pretty cute. Yeah, I think many people would tend to agree with that. All right, let's see what you guys got in the chat here for the poll. We have 78% of people going with Blanchfield. 22% of people are going with Cortez there. And I would tend to agree. All right, let's move on to the next fight, which is a fight I'm very excited about. I mean, if anything, this should be the feature prelim. They should be featuring this fight. How can you not feature something like this? And it is going to be Gregory Rodrigues going against Roman Kopylov. All right, Rodrigues versus Kopylov. We got Rodrigues minus 205, Kopylov plus 175. So this fight actually opened up a pick'em. Rodrigues opened up at minus 110. He's currently minus 205. Kopylov opened up at minus 110. He's currently plus 175. And it's interesting, because I think that, you know, Rodrigues could look in hindsight like a massive favorite here if he does one thing and one thing only, and that's grapple. Like, why wouldn't you grapple Roman Kopylov? I mean, Roman Kopylov has one of the worst ground games I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you know, Carl Roberson insta-tapped this dude on the ground. Carl Roberson, the kickboxer, just insta-tapped him, took him down, got to his back, choked him out within the span of like 10 seconds. Like, I mean, Rodrigues is such a high-level BJJ black belt. It's insane, but he doesn't use it. That's the problem with Rodrigues, and that's the reason there's no way I'd lay minus 200 on Rodrigues. Because, yes, he has an astronomical advantage on the ground. There's a good chance that Rodrigues is just going to go out there, he's going to come forward, and he's going to stand and tray with Kopylov until one man falls. There's a very good chance that happens, and if it's that type of fight, you don't want to be laying minus 200 on Rodrigues. But if he fights smart and he gets the fight to the ground, he's going to style on Kopylov. He's going to make him look silly on the mat. So, yeah, it's tough. You know, I think Rodrigues, I think the sub is super live. I'm not betting it just because, you know, I need a better number. I truly do. I need a better number on it because it's not worth it. It's not worth me smashing my TV, smashing a window, you know, knocking a door down when this guy goes out there and decides not to grapple for the how many a time. But I think if the sub's going to happen ever, it's probably in this matchup. But there's also a strong chance these guys just stand and bang until one man falls. So I think the under 1.5 is very interesting, plus 145. I know a lot of Kopylov fights go over, but Rodrigues is going to get in his face. Rodrigues is super hittable. Rodrigues is super chinny. And I think either guy can knock out either guy. And obviously, if Rodrigues gets the fight to the ground, he's going to smoke this guy. So yeah, under 1.5, fight won't start round 3. Under 2.5. Rodrigues sub is super live, but it also could be a smash your TV play of the week. Speed like in G-Rod, yeah, he should win. He should win. Should be a banger. I actually need Kopylov to win for my DK lineups. Yeah, I don't hate this fight on DK at all. Like another great fight to target. Like and subscribe for Brady. Let's go, guys. Take 2 seconds to hit those like buttons or hit those buttons. Agreed. Appreciate it. Kopylov going to set up that head kick. Yeah, if he hits Rodrigues with a head kick, I mean, Rodrigues has been knocked out like so many times. Kopylov KO. Yeah, I mean, it's super live. I mean, I think that's how he wins. Kopylov by knockout plus 250. And yeah, it's on the, I mean, Jordan Williams knocked out Rodrigues. They're going to swing dicks. Agreed. Mother Russia time. We'll see, man. I think it all comes down to the game plan of Rodrigues. If he wants to stand and bang, if he wants to go chin for chin with Kopylov, there may be a problem. There may be a problem. Rodrigues either gets clipped or Kopylov gets subbed. Hopefully, Rodrigues can start fast. Picking 1 or 2 shots will be his downfall. Yeah, I think it needs to get the grappling going quick. Not saying he can't win a striking fight. Like, he could knock out Kopylov. We saw Kopylov get dropped by, you know, Paul Acosta. But I just think the path is so clear here for the grappling. Can't trust RoboCop. I can't personally either. I've just seen it too many times. Who is this Susarkayev guy? Is he the real deal? He is the real deal. Absolutely the real. At the very least, he's going to beat McConico, though. What's good? What's good? Called the Cannonier fight perfectly. Yeah, in the Cannonier fight, he looked good early. He dropped Cannonier a couple times and then got served late. RoboCop will send him to the other world. I think somebody's probably getting sent to the other world here. Kopylov gets knocked down, but I think G-Rod finishes. Do you think a club and sub potentially? Kopylov's takedown defense improved since the fluffy fight. No, Kopylov's takedown defense has always been good. Kopylov has really good takedown defense. It's just the grappling is horrible. His takedown defense, good. The grappling is just non-existent. So it could take one takedown. One takedown, the fight's over. Are we supposed to believe that Kopylov is the older fighter? No, I don't believe that. This guy, RoboCop's been 33 for 15 years. He's like almost in his 50s now. I just can't get Kopylov getting bullied by Costa out of my... That was really weird. Like, it's like he didn't even try for that in that fight. Just very, very, very awkward situation there. I don't get that. RoboCop fight IQ is just so bad. Yeah. Yeah. Can you give me an accurate line on Tracy Cortez staining her shorts? Why would she stain her shorts? Why would that happen? If Kopylov gets a KO, it's from body shots. His body shots, his body work, body kicks are all very nasty. Russian Chase Super for the win, even though he looked not great against Chad Paulo. Yeah. he can knock. If Rodrigues fights dumb, yeah. I mean, we saw Bruno Ferreira knock out Rodrigues. We saw Jordan Williams knock out Rodrigues. Rodrigues can be knocked out. We got Wanker with the $4.99. Appreciate you, Wanker, saying Hegri Rodrigues looks like a distant cousin of Barack Obama. They look like, not distant, they look like brothers. I mean, it's crazy how similar they look. Obviously, Rodrigues is much bigger. This guy's huge, massive. But yeah, they look very similar in the face. Absolutely. Absolutely. Greg is a mix of Obama and Vin Diesel. I could see that. Leon Edwards by sub plus 2,000. Yeah, I think I saw Edwards by sub at plus 2,000 and Prates by sub at plus 3,000. Crazy sub lines in that fight. All women's fights go over 1.5. Easy parlay. I'd be shocked if they didn't. Yeah, that was bad. I had a bet on Rodrigues by knockout there, and I was like, geez, dude, he just killed poor Jack Hermanson. He knocked him out so bad that Jack decided it was a good idea to go down to welterweight. We're actually going to see Jack Hermanson fight next week against my titty back Oral Boy. And Jack's going down to welterweight, I believe, for the first time in his career at 37 years old. It just makes no sense. So yeah, Rodrigues, yeah, that was bad. Nasty follow-up shots. All right. Yeah, kind of a close poll here. Kind of a close poll in this one. We have 66% of people going with Rodrigues and 34% of people going with Roman Kopylov. Not bad. How long till the main event? A while. I mean, we're to the main event. It's gonna be like 1 o'clock Eastern. By the time the main event, 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern. We got a long time to go. We got 14 fights. Kopylov has never been KO'd. Line is minus 250 to finish. Go for the RoboCop submission this week. It's live, man. It's live. But you could also be smashing your TV if you play it. That's the problem. All right. It is time for the featured prelim of the night. If you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 200 subscribers away from 30K. Would love to hit that by the end of the year. We got an interesting featured prelim. And yeah, this is probably the fight I'm least looking forward to on the card. Just because, and I like Bo Nickal. I know people give him a lot of crap. You know, the Paul Craig fight, it sucked. And, you know, getting beat by like the way he did against Renier de Ritter, you know, wasn't the best look. And I know people give both crap, but I do like Bo Nickal, you know. And I do think he's going to have a decent amount of success in the UFC. I don't think he's going to be future champ or nothing like that, or really anywhere close to that, like people were kind of thinking. But I think he's going to win a lot of fights in the UFC. And I think he should win this fight here against Rodolfo Vieira. But I kind of see this fight playing out a little bit like the Craig fight. In the Craig fight, Bo Nickal, you know, people give him crap for that performance, but Bo Nickal came in there with the best game plan possible. He did what a lot of people don't do against Paul Craig. What do people do against Paul Craig? Well, they have an astronomical striking advantage, and then they, for some reason, go down to the ground with Paul Craig, and they get subbed, right? Bo Nickal kept the fight standing for 15 minutes and won a clean 30-27. Was it impressive? No. Did the fight suck? Yes. But he won, and I thought he fight smart. I gave him a lot of credit for the fight IQ showed in that fight, but I think this fight's going to be similar. It's like Rodolfo Vieira is a much higher level grappler than Paul Craig. Like, you don't really want to go down to the ground with Vieira. You don't really want to mess around with Vieira on the mat. And if Vieira gets on top of you, if Vieira gets on top of anybody, you know, even Bo Nickal, Vieira is a serious problem on top. On bottom, you know, we don't know. We haven't really seen Vieira on bottom that much, but on top, this guy is lethal. Yeah, I kind of expect Nickal to keep the fight upright. And then on the feet, like, Nickal should be the better striker, a lot quicker, more volume, probably more power as well in the hands. So yeah, I lean Bo Nickal. Do I like him at minus 240? No. Like, I feel like this fight's going to look a lot closer than the line does indicate. And a spot that I liked this week is, you know, the over and the fight goes to decision, but both have been absolutely smashed this week. And I kind of got a weird vibe about this fight. Like, I feel like this fight might surprise some people, and I feel like Bo Nickal might actually get the finish. Just a feeling. I'm not predicting that to happen, but just a weird feeling that I have. But yeah, I got to go Bo Nickal here. No bets on the fight for me, and I kind of think it's going to stink. So we'll see. Kind of think it's going to stink a little bit. Right now we have, it's kind of close. 60% of people taking Bo Nickal in the chat. 40% of people taking Rodolfo Vieira. Very interesting. Yeah, hopefully no shenanigans this week. Bo Nickal, most takedowns landed, minus 240. Thoughts? Well, that's a big number. I think it probably pushes to be. I don't think either one of these guys are going to get a takedown. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you got to imagine, like, Nickal can get takedowns if he wants them, and Vieira is going to really struggle to get takedowns. So I think it pushes, but I think the line's about right. Preying on the Bo downfall. Come on, man. Come on. This fight is the actual smoke bathroom break. Yeah, maybe it surprises me. I'm actually interested to see it. Like, I think it's an intriguing matchup. But just with how I'm seeing the fight play out, I think it's going to be like a 2 grapplers striking type thing. And those are never great. Black Belt Hunter is going to make Little Bo quit again. Maybe. That RDR fight was a bad look. But I also think the RDR fight was a good thing to happen to Bo Nickal. This guy was on the top of the world. This guy had so much confidence. Kind of go back to the drawing board type thing. And yeah, that'd be a bad look if he quit against, Rodolfo Vieira. Quitting against RDR is one thing, but quitting against Rodolfo Vieira would be another thing. Are you going live during the fights? I am not. Sean Brady versus Morales is fight of the night. Book it. I can see it. I'm really looking forward to that fight. Absolutely. Bo can and will take him down. Yeah, if he wants to, he can. If he wants to, absolutely can. I wouldn't do it, but if he wants to, he can, absolutely. Have a feeling Vieira finds a sub. Yeah, Vieira gets on top of Nickal. Not good. If Vieira gets to the back of Nickal, because Nickal's a good grappler, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, Rodolfo Vieira is a high-level BJJ black belt. Have a feeling Vieira finds a late sub. Bent Nickal. Once a quitter, always a quitter. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of quitters. Not a big fan of quitters. I want to sauced up Bo Nickal. Little Bo sleep. Zzz. Everyone in the chat should push the like button, help Brady out, and someone subscribe, make Brady's weekend. It would make my weekend. And it'd make my weekend if there were no shenanigans tonight, if there were nobody throwing fights tonight, if there were no ref shenanigans. Because last week there were no shenanigans. No shenanigans last week. But you never know. I'm hoping we don't see Herzog tonight. I'm hoping we don't see Dan Murgliata. I don't want to see those two anywhere near the arena tonight, Herzog or Murgliata. I'm actually going to check. Sometimes I like to check Herzog's Instagram just to see where the heck he's at. Is he at? We need like a where is, how they have those Santa Claus trackers? You kind of see where Santa Claus is on the night before Christmas. We need a Herzog tracker. Like, where is Herzog at? Is he in Cali? Is he in Nevada? Where is Herzog? And went to his Instagram, and by the looks of it, I don't know. He's in the gym. I don't know where Herzog's at. Somebody needs to come up with a Herzog tracker. I got to find out where this guy's at. I'm hoping he's in Cali right now. Yeah, the dogs are barking. I don't know what's going on. Like, people, no respect for people streaming in the house. I could see Bo hitting a sloppy double leg and getting Darst or Gilling. Maybe Prates minus 148 now. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of people on Prates, but the line going the other way. Very interesting. Bo might get dropped by a hard jab tonight. That'd be crazy because, I mean, Vieira has really never dropped anybody. But you never know, man. I pushed the like button 50 times already, but it doesn't seem to help. There you go. I like that. All right. And Brady, have you ever heard of Beanie and Weenies? No, I haven't. I have never heard of that. Question. If you had to fill in the blank, who would you recommend to go with, Daukus or Prates? Daukus. Daukus, I think, is a lot safer and has more upside. But I like both. But if I had to fill in the blank, it'd be Daukus. I'm on Prates, but Chat GPT says Edwards money line. Maybe Chat GPT's moving the line. Maybe Chat's moving the line. You never know. All right, let's end the poll here. It's closer than I kind of expected it to be, but Bo Nickal, 62%. Rodolfo Vieira, 38%. Which, if we put that into the odds calculator, it would mean that Bo Nickal should be around a minus 163 favorite, and he's minus 240. And yeah, this line probably should be closer. So, all right, main card time, and we are kicking it off with an absolute banger. Absolute banger. I cannot wait for this fight. I'm very excited for this fight. I mean, how can you not be? How can you not be excited for a Benoit Saint-Denis fight? Benoit Saint-Denis going against Beneil Daryush, and yeah, this is gonna be good. So let me know who you guys got in this fight here. And we got Daz with the $10 dono. Appreciate you, Daz. And he says UK Mafia betting Edwards ended up 7 units Prates now. Hope no shenanigans. Best of luck, Brady. Best of luck to you as well, Daz. I'm on the Prates side myself, and I know a lot of people. On Prates. And I don't know who's betting Edwards, but apparently it might be the UK Mafia. Hopefully, I don't think there's gonna be shenanigans. I just think the line's a little bit weird. So yeah, appreciate you, Daz. Best of luck with Prates and the rest of the card. So yeah, Benoit Saint-Denis, Beneil Daryush. Beneil was the only fighter to miss weight. Beneil missed weight. He didn't look great, and he looked old, and he's been looking old. He's always had that gray hair. Like, I remember, going back and taping some of his early fights. Like, this guy's had gray hair the last 10 years, Beneil Daryush. It's crazy. Like, this guy was like 26 years old with just gray hair. And it just keeps getting grayer and grayer. Each time we see him, just grayer and grayer throughout the years. And, 36 years old now. He's taken a ton of damage. And just his last 3 fights have been bad looks. Getting knocked out by Charles Oliveira, there's no shame in that. Getting knocked out by Arman Tsarukyan in a minute, yeah, that's not great. I mean, that's just not great. Arman Tsarukyan's not knocking out anybody in a minute. And then he got dropped by Renato Moicano. I mean, that's not great. Moicano had only 1 knockdown prior to that. So I think the chin of Daryush is gone. I think it's done. But he's a very skilled fighter. Like, there's so many good things to say about Daryush. He has great grappling, great anti-grappling, really good striking, a lot of power. Really good wrestling, but he has no chin. Like, you have to have a chin in a fight that I think is going to be a war, in a fight that I think is going to be a car crash. You got to have a chin. Both guys are going to give it. Daryush is going to give it to Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis is going to give it to Daryush, but who can take it? Who can take a shot? And I think Daryush can. I think Daryush can't take a shot. I think Daryush is. If this is a war, if this is a car crash, I don't love his chances. So, yeah, Saint-Denis, I think he wins. I think he actually wins by knockout. I think Daryush can and will stuff takedowns. I think they're going to be forced to strike. And I actually think Daryush might be looking pretty good up until his chin gets touched. His chinny chin gets touched. So, I like Saint-Denis. I think he knocks him out. But if Daryush had a chin on him, if Daryush had a chin, I'd be max betting him here. It's just he doesn't have a chin. Daryush just does not have a chin anymore, and that's a problem against Benoit Saint-Denis, I'm thinking. So, yeah, don't mind some Saint-Denis KO. The under 1.5 is taking a lot of steam. A lot of steam. It was plus 134 earlier today, and now it's minus 105. I agree with that. It's going to be a car crash. Beneil hits hard. Saint-Denis hits hard. And I think Saint-Denis finishes them probably within the first 7.5 minutes. All right, 5 units on Edwards. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Probably got a good number on him, too. I mean, the line's moved a ton. Daryush, 3rd round finish. Hate to bet against Benny, but God of War time. Awesome fight. I'm seeing visions of God of War TKO or KO TKO. Just can't see Beneil winning, even though he's capable. Yeah, I think he's capable, but kind of seeing it the same, and I just think he's going to get, caught at some point. We're going to talk about the Brady Morales fight next year. BSD ITD seems like an auto bet. And yeah, last time I checked, it was plus money. Last time I checked, BSD ITD was, yeah, you can still get plus money on it. I mean, he has a 100% finish rate. He's never won a decision. This fight is a hard one to call on. This one's a hard one to call on BSD, but Daryush is elite. Yeah, Daryush is elite, but the chin is just not, is my problem. Could be the biggest swinging dick fight of the night. I think it's probably going to be the Rodrigues Kopylov fight. That's the biggest swinging dicks. But yeah, this could be number 2. This could be number 2. And yeah, this card is amazing. This card is amazing. Real quick, Camilo or Borchev, neither. Neither. I'm not touching that fight. I lean Camilo, but the dude's a quitter. So we got Wanker with the $4.99 dono. Appreciate you, Ama. He says Daryush may have gray hair at 50, but the hairline looks okay for that age. Yeah, the hairline looks good. But he's had that gray hair for years, man. Been trying to hit a round cycle bet. Yeah, those are so tough to hit. The cycle bets, yeah. Especially the round cycle bets are nearly impossible to hit. But if one of those do hit, you're getting paid out very handsomely. All right. Jeez. 78% of people are going with Benoit Saint-Denis. 22% of people are going with Beneil Daryush. So a lot of people taking Saint-Denis. The line doesn't really reflect that. But I think a lot of people are also maybe giving Beneil respect here in this matchup because, yeah, you should give Beneil some respect. He's a very talented fighter. But we'll see if the durability issues are going to bite him in the butt here. All right, I did want to refresh the odds because we have some very interesting line movement coming up. And it's going to be in the Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards fight. So I'm curious to know in the poll, who the heck is on Leon Edwards? I haven't seen many people on Leon Edwards this week. I see a lot of people on Carlos Prates, but yet the line is closing quicker and quicker. So if you are on Edwards, let me know now and vote in the poll because I'm trying to figure out who's on Leon Edwards. I saw T Swizz has 5 units on him, but a lot of people on Prates. So let's look at the line. So Prates, believe it or not, opened up at plus 140, which is crazy. But yeah, he was around like minus 190, minus 210, minus 205, minus 200. I think when we did the show earlier in the week, he was around minus 210, minus 220, minus 200. But now he's minus 151. So it's just been like nonstop, steady action on Leon Edwards. Just money coming in slowly but surely on Leon Edwards. And I'm curious to kind of see where this line winds up because, I don't agree with it. I mean, I don't agree with the line movement personally just because I've never been high on Edwards. And I feel like an Edwards win we know what an Edwards win is going to look like. It's just going to be like a boring, just awful fight where, nobody does nothing for 15 minutes and Prates doesn't get going and Edwards does nothing, but he does just a little bit more. It's just an awful, awful fight. The fans are booing. People are going to go get drinks and food and, use the restroom. I hope it's not that type of fight. But yeah, I mean, I could see it. A lot of people think that Edwards is going to try to wrestle here. And maybe he tries to wrestle. I don't think he's going to have a lot of success doing that. But yeah, I'm going Prates here. I think Prates is one of the hardest hitters currently in the division. This guy has the death touch. Edwards has fought nobody with anywhere near as much power as Prates. Like if Prates fights smart, and fighting smart would just be, urgency, just showing urgency, going out there and bringing the fight to Edwards. I don't think Edwards doesn't want that. Edwards doesn't want somebody to bring the fight to him. He wants a slow-paced, technical, slow-type fight. And if Prates comes out there aggressively, I think he's going to knock out Edwards. So I like Prates here. I like him inside the distance. And I like the money line, where it's at. I mean, minus 151, minus 148. But yeah, definitely getting weird vibes with this fight. Definitely getting weird vibes with this line. Because I know a lot of people on Prates, but Edwards' money line keeps getting hammered. So we're about to see. We're about to see what happens here on this one. And looking at the chat, 70% of people, 71% of people are going with Carlos Prates. That's what worries me. A lot of people on Prates, but it's been all love on the Leon Edwards side. I hope not. I hope not. Oh, Anchor accidentally voted Edwards. Yeah, all good. All good. I can adjust it by 1% if I need to. I can see Edwards winning decision, but I'm on Prates. Yeah, I could see Edwards winning decision, but it would be a horrible fight. It'd be a terrible fight. I hope that doesn't happen. Leon finally getting a stand-up fight, not getting rinsed on the mat. He can also maybe find a takedown or two. I guess that's the argument. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's a fair point. He has been fighting a lot of wrestlers. Sean Brady. He's fought Usman how many times? Colby Covington. That's definitely fair. Edwards via late stoppage. GSP, lay and pray. I hope not. I'm extremely high on Prates, and I can't stand Leon, but I'm still picking Leon as a betting man. If that tells you anything, it's going to be boring. I hope it's not boring, but yeah, if Edwards wins, it will be boring, unfortunately. Absolutely. I hope that's not the case, though. Can see Edwards turning into a stinker and getting a win. Yeah, that's his path. Just a stinker type matchup. Yeah, he's got the death touch, man. This guy hits hard. I wouldn't want to get hit by Carlos Prates, that's for sure. I mean, look what he did to the leech. Have we seen the leech back in there since that fight? I don't think we have. Edwards is the better fighter. You got to be trolling. I don't know. I've never thought Edwards was that great, to be honest. I know people love him. I know people love to suck his dick. People have been sucking his dick for years. I've never been one to suck Edwards' dick personally. He's just so boring. It's like he does nothing in his fights. It's like hard to watch. But hey, he was champion. Just shout out to him. But holy crap, just brutal. All right, let's take a look at the 71% of people going with Prates. 71% of people going with Prates. 29% of people going with Leon Edwards. Yeah. Some people will suck it, absolutely. But I'm not one of those people. Definitely not one of those people. All right, let's get to the next fight. We got a couple fights left. We have Sean Brady going against Mike Morales. I think out of all the fights on the card, including the main and including the co-main, I think this is one of the fights where I'm just most intrigued by it. I'm really intrigued by this fight. It's a striker versus grappler matchup, where obviously, Sean Brady, if he's able to get that grappling going. I mean, Sean Brady is one of the best grapplers in the UFC. I mean, this guy's grappling is incredible. If he can get on top of you, the smothering top control, the way he's able to get to dominant positions, the way he's able to find these submissions. I mean, Sean Brady is absolutely no joke. But then you have Mike Morales on the other side, who's undefeated, who hits like a truck, who's massive for the division. And he's still very young, Mike Morales. I think the ceiling for both these guys is very high. If you told me, Sean Brady was a champion one day, I'd say, yeah. Mike Morales is a future champion. I'd say, yeah, I could see it. I absolutely can see. I can see both these guys being a championship caliber. And I believe Dana said that whoever wins this fight might be fighting for a title next. So we could see one of these guys be champion in the future. And yeah, both these guys are so good at what they do. Sean Brady, if he can get his game going, he's so dominant. Outside of the Bilal fight where he wasn't able to get the game going, where he got knocked out, outside of that, this guy has just been so dominant with his grappling. And then Mike Morales, this guy is just hits like a truck, very physically strong. It's a tough fight to call. I feel like we're going to find out real quick who wins this fight. If Brady's able to get the grappling going, he's probably going to smoke Morales on the mat. But if Brady's not able to get the grappling going, if Morales is able to stuff some of these takedowns, I think it's going to get bad very quick for Brady. So I bet the fight doesn't go at plus money, and you can still get it at plus money on some books just because I feel like if Morales wins, he's probably knocking out Brady's stuff in the takedowns. And if Brady wins, it probably means he's able to get the grappling going. And if he gets that grappling going, I just have a feeling he's going to have a massive, massive advantage on the ground. So, yeah, pick your poison. I picked Morales to win by knockout, but it's a tough one to pick for sure. I feel like this one can really go either way. It's definitely like the Sabatini Mariscal fight. Who's going to be able to get their game plan going? Will Brady be able to get the takedowns? Will Morales be able to stuff the takedowns? And I think we're going to find out real quick within the first couple minutes. We're going to see. So maybe I'll look at it from a live bet standpoint, but I like violence here. And then some of these numbers on the props are just like the Sabatini Chepe fight where we had Chepe KO at a big number, Sabatini sub at a big number. Same thing here. Some of these props, it's like Morales KO's plus 350. That's a huge number. Brady by submission, was also a big number. Plus 420. It did take some. It was plus 460. Jeez. Yeah, I think both those certainly have some value in a striker versus grappler matchup. I love striker versus grappler matchups. So yeah, let me know who you guys got in this one. I'm very curious to see. And right now, it kind of reflects the odds. 59% of people are going with Sean Brady. 39% of people are going. 40% of people are going with Michael Morales. And that makes sense. I think it should be probably about 50-50. Unleash Prates. I hope they unleash him. I hope they do. Morales looking like a light heavyweight. The dude's massive. And he did have a big size advantage against Brady, certainly. We saw them face off against each other. He is the bigger guy. Almost time, boys, if you wanted to cash out of the Borchev, take Borchev to start it off. Oh, I'm not betting on that fight. I'm not betting on the Borchev fight. Does it start tomorrow or today? It starts in about 20 minutes. Can't bet against Brady. This is the fight. This is the fight. I'm taking Brady for a sweaty decision. Yeah, I could see Brady decision. I think he's more likely out of the two, certainly, to win a decision with the grappling. Maybe a wrestle F. Most 50-50 fight on the card, in my opinion. I would tend to agree. I think between this fight and the Chepe fight, 2 50-50 fights. Brady is trash. No, he's not. I wondered if you'd say that to Brady's face. I mean, if you said Brady's trash to his face, I mean, he'd take you down and tap you out in 30 seconds, man. I mean, how can you say Brady's trash? He's not trash. Unless you're talking about me, which I don't know about that either. Morales would suck Leon's deal. Oh, come on. I'm on Edwards, but I was on Bulgarian. Brady was outstruck by Bilal. Yeah, pretty bad. Brady by sub. I think it's live. Thicker is not wider, or taller is not bigger. Yeah, that's true. Brady is thicker, 100%. Brady by sub. Are you live betting the fights? I'll be looking to potentially live bet some of the fights, yeah. If I'm able to, and I have the if I'm able to, I always will look to potentially live bet the fights. All right. Let's move on to the co-main event. We have we're doing great on time. About 20 minutes to go. We got Valentina Shevchenko going against Zhang Wei Li. Let's end this Brady Morales poll. Let's put a new poll up. And actually, we talked about the Morales-Brady fight being tough to call. I mean, this is another one that's kind of tough to call. A lot of interesting factors going into this one. It's like both these fighters have been so dominant in their divisions. Valentina just basically cleared out the flyweight division outside of that hiccup against Grasso in the fourth round. And Zhang Wei Li has been looking dominant for the last several years in the strawweight division. I mean, I truly feel like if Zhang Wei Li wanted to, she could be strawweight champion for the next 5 years. She'd be like a 39-year-old strawweight champion. Just nobody's on her level. But yeah, I don't know. She's coming up a weight class though, and I think this fight's gonna come down to who's able to get the fight to the mat. I think they're going to grapple here. Either fighter is going to look for takedowns here. Just who's going to be the one that's able to get on top. And I don't know. Is the size too much of a factor? Is the fact that Weili's coming up a weight class too much of a factor? Because we have seen, Zhang taken down. We have seen her taken down against Rose Namajunas. Took her down several times, controlled her for a good portion of that fight. And obviously Tatiana Suarez took her down. There's no shame in that. But we haven't really seen many people take down Valentina Shevchenko. It just doesn't really happen. So, and we've seen it with Zhang Wei Li. So I don't know. Tough fight. I mean, I know a lot of people are betting on this one. I'm not betting on this one because I don't want to bet against either one of these fighters. It's like if you bet on Zhang Wei Li, at least you're getting plus money, but you're also betting against Valentina Shevchenko, one of the best female fighters of all time. And if you're betting on Shevchenko, you have to lay chalk, and you're betting against Zhang Wei Li, who's just been so dominant and one of the best female fighters of all time. So, yeah, I lean Valentina, though. She's the more natural flyweight. I think she probably will get takedowns, but I just don't have a strong take on this co-main event. I love this co-main event. I'm a big fan of both fighters, but in terms of betting on it, nothing really sticks out. I think this goes the distance at a very high clip, but that's like minus 260. So, yeah, nothing really sticking out for me. You guys liking anything in this co-main event? I just don't want to bet against either one of these guys. Coin flip fight, I would tend to agree. If it is a coin flip fight, you probably should be on the plus money of Zhang. But like I said, I don't want to bet against Valentina. I just don't want to do it. And yeah, if I was to play this fight, that's probably how I would play it. It would just be the fight goes the distance. It's chalky, but yeah, I think that hits. Valentina is my favorite women's fighter ever, but she's past her prime. Yeah, I do agree with that as well. I do think Valentina is kind of slowing down a lot. The Grasso fight, both Grasso fights weren't the best look. 2 out of the 3 Grasso fights, I should say, weren't the best looks. And some other fights weren't the best looks. Taila Santos wasn't the best look. A lot of people thought that Taila Santos won. So, and yeah, Zhang, but yeah, Zhang's some of weight class, though, is the thing. Love Weili. She will take the fight to her and force the action. Yeah, she will. Weili kicks ass. I love her. She fought on the undercard of the boring Israel versus Romero fight, and everyone gave her a standing applause. Yeah, I like Weili as well. She's a great fighter, great person too. It seems like Zhang has great takedown defense when it comes to single double legs, but she's been taken down by body locks and trips, which is where Valentina gets her takedowns. And yeah, I have a feeling if Valentina gets on top of Zhang Weili, we might not see Zhang get back up. Is the problem, Weili gets her at a perfect time, in my opinion. Shevchenko is going to show her age. Yeah, and that's the worry, because Shevchenko has been showing her age, in my opinion. How is she going to a close fight with Alexa Grasso in the second one? How does that make sense? How are you getting subbed by Grasso? We got Team Moneyliner. You're a sponsor. Appreciate you for sponsoring the show, Team Moneyliner. Good to see you in here. Best of luck today, my guy. How much more do we have to wait for Islam Jack? You had to wait a long time, like 6.5 hours probably. We got a lot of fights coming up, man. My wife pointed out that Valentina wore those sunglasses at face-offs because she probably looked horrible. Bad wake up. No, I think those were streaming glasses, were they not? Streaming sunglasses, the ones that record? I think that's what they were, but I don't know. Valentina by sub. I don't know about that. I know a lot of people on like the Weili sub, which kind of tickled my fancy because we saw Alexa Grasso do it, but I'm passing on this fight. We got Dr. Peener in the building. What is up, Dr. Peener? Good to see you in here. Best of luck to you, Doctor. I know you're very busy with everything going on, but hopefully you're able to enjoy the fights, man. All right. It is now time for the main event. Before we get into it, if you guys could, be sure to like the stream. Let's get those likes up. Let's see how many likes we're at, actually. I hope we're at least 100. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 122. Appreciate you guys. Good amount of likes there. Gotta love that. Subscribe to the channel. Help me out. 200 subs away from 30K. We got about a month and a half to do it. I think we can do it. And yeah, next week we're in Qatar. Decent card, decent main card. Prelims are a little bit but yeah. And then we got UFC 323 coming up, which is going to be a phenomenal card that I'll be attending and in Vegas. So a lot of good cards coming up. All right, let me go ahead and end this poll. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking for this main event. Curious to see how many people are on JDM, because I've seen a lot of people on JDM. But let's let the poll decide. So who you guys got? Islam, Makhachev, or JDM? All right. So let's see where the line hasn't moved a ton. Like, it's moved a little bit throughout the week. Like, Islam was minus like 250 all week. Now he's minus 285. He did get as low as minus 305, but yeah, line hasn't really moved a ton throughout the week. JDM, he was as high as plus 255, currently plus 245. So, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. Looking forward to seeing how Islam moves up and how he's going to do up at welterweight here. Is he going to look better? He doesn't have to cut like a ton of weight. Like how did Islam ever make 155? Because it looked like he even struggled to to make welterweight. I mean, this guy had to cut probably a ton of weight to even make welterweight. So the fact that he was making lightweight is insane to me. But yeah, is it going to help his performance? Is it going to maybe hinder his performance? Put on some muscle, stuff like that. We definitely got to talk about. But yeah, on the feet, although I think Islam's a very underrated striker, you got to favor Jack on the feet. I mean, Jack's striking is incredible. Some of the best striking in the division. The combinations, the volume, the tools he has on the feet, and just a lot of power as well. But, Islam does have a clear path here. Islam has a clear path with the takedowns, the grappling. One of the best grapplers we've seen. He's able to get on top and get into dominant positions, wrap up chokes. And yeah, I think Islam, if he's winning this fight, he's probably winning it by submission. So rather than laying minus 300 on him, I'd rather take the sub prop, which the sub prop is gotten smashed throughout the week. But yeah, I think the sub prop plus 180 is probably the way you play Islam. And yeah, if Jack's winning, maybe I really think if Jack's winning, he's probably knocking out Islam. I just think it's going to be tough for Jack to win 3 out of 5 rounds because I think he will be getting taken down. So I kind of think if Jack's winning, he might get like a knockout or a late knockout. I know some people taking shots on Jack Della Maddalena KO 3-4-5, and those make sense because if it turns out Islam's cardio isn't where it needs to be, maybe we do see Jack at a late finish. So yeah, I like Islam sub. I don't hate those Jack Della late KO props. I don't hate the fight doesn't go to decision. Was actually kind of surprised to see it was around minus 160 just because Islam, you can absolutely see him getting a sub. And the only time that Islam's lost was by knockout. So yeah, I lean Islam here. I'm not in love with the price tag, to be honest. Minus 300, I don't love it. Like I said, I'd much rather play the sub at a decent number. But I'm going to pick Islam to win in this one. I'm very surprised at the chat results, though. 70% of people taking Makhachev, 30% of people taking JDM. I kind of thought it'd be closer than that, to be honest. But yeah, 70% of you guys taking Islam. So we'll see. 72% of people on Whaley is wild. Was it? I didn't even look. That is wild. Yeah, another. I think people were on the Chepe, and then people were on Whaley as dogs. You said fancy when I think you meant feet. I didn't mean feet, man. JDM KO4. I don't mind those late JDM KO props because I kind of think that's how he wins. Yeah, JDM KO5 plus 4,000. JDM KO4 plus 2,800. JDM KO3 plus 3,000. Those are big numbers. Islam by sub next. There's no next. I mean, that's the last fight we're breaking down today. So there's no next. But yeah, I am picking an Islam sub. I subbed on 2 of my channels. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Brady. 10 minutes until 3:22 starts. I can't wait for it. I'm excited. Dr. Peener by snipping. Oh, gosh. Dr. Peener. Fight doesn't go as easy money. I like it. I like Fight doesn't go. I think it's very, very reasonably priced. Islam's only been to decision once in his 5-round fights against Volk. I want to make a bet with all the poll picks. Well, the poll went with all favorites besides the Zhang Weili fight and the Chepe fight. Islam gets knocked out tonight. Could you imagine? I mean, that would be... Could you imagine if Islam gets knocked out? And it could happen. But, I mean, that'd be wild. I mean, we're talking about Islam, who's, one of the best, pound for pound, one of the best fighters currently on the roster. It's crazy. That'd be crazy. But it could definitely happen late, I think. Islam sub is just too easy. That's what I'm going with. I think it's an early sub. Move fight. Oh, I hope we don't see Jason Herzog tonight. Wish you could bet on submission type Islam by short choke. Yeah, you can bet on submission type if you have, like, I think BetMGM has it. You can bet like the Dars, and pretty sure you can bet on the exact sub. Fight's kicking off in about 5 minutes. Islam via brother. I can see it, man. I can see it. All right, we got about 5 more minutes. I'm going to end this poll here. Yeah, 74% of people taking Islam Makhachev. 74% of people. 26% JDM. That's very interesting. But, yeah, let me know any final thoughts in the chat. We'll get to them. But we'll just do a quick rapid-fire, quick thoughts on each fight. First fight of the night, Camilo, Borchev, I want nothing to do with it. I don't trust either fighter. I mean, Camilo's a quitter, and Borchev's like 70 years old. No thanks. Susarkai, I think he should smoke McConico, and I think he should do it under 1.5 rounds. Klein, I think, wins a decision. Maybe a sub, maybe a KO. I think she can win by any method, but I think decision's most likely just because the hill's so tough. Sabatini, Mariscal. Close fight. I lean Chepe to get that knockout, but a Sabatini wrestling masterclass with a potential sub wouldn't surprise me. Kyle Daukus, I think, should win, but minus 550 is silly to me. Wellmaker, I think he wins. I think he wins by knockout, but Ewing is a guy to look forward to in the future when he has a full camp. 2 days notice is a big ask. Blanchfield probably wins, minus 275, no thank you. Probably by decision. Potential sub maybe. Rodrigues should win if he fights smart, but he never fights smart, so somebody probably gets knocked out. Nickal, Vieira, I like Nickal, probably by decision. Benoit, Saint Denis, Daryush, I think Saint Denis probably touches the chin of Benil. Prates, Edwards, I think Prates knocks out Edwards, but he's got to get going. He's got to get going quick. Brady, Morales, 50-50 fight, in my opinion. I think we're going to know real soon who wins it. Morales by KO or Brady by sub, I think, are great looks. Fight doesn't go decision at plus money. Shevchenko, Zhang Weili. I lean Shevchenko, but not counting out Zhang. And then I lean Islam sub, but a late JDM KO wouldn't surprise me either. I like the fight doesn't go decision in the main event. All right, any final thoughts, guys? Bring back Keith Peter. I think Keith might be there. Tits are ass. Higher DK upside, Robocop or Benoit. That's a tough one. I'm going to say Benoit just with the style he fights, but both guys I think going to win have huge ceilings tonight. Huge ceilings. I got 3 units on Islam. Best of luck to you. I got 10 units on Daukus KO. That's crazy. But it's so crazy that it just might work. Islam by Kimura, plus 5,000. There you go. I just want to say I've watched every fight week for the past 2 years with my girlfriend's dad, and we appreciate you, Brady. Appreciate you, Wanker. Thanks for the donos throughout the show. It means a lot. Enjoy the fights tonight. Appreciate you. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. You ready for these fights? They're kicking off in a couple minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you could, on your way, like the show, subscribe as well, and we'll be back on Monday for Stat Diggers for UFC Qatar. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. See you later.